All right, let's jump right in. We're tackling a really mission-critical topic for every single broadcaster out there, emergency alert systems. And this is a world where the choice you make between on-premises hardware and the cloud, well, it has huge implications for public safety. Now, just so you know where we are, this is part 8 in a much larger tutorial. It's all based on a really deep research report from Virtualization Options LLC. Today, we're zeroing in on Chapter 8, so we're getting right to the heart of ES integration. Take a good look at this picture. When a crisis hits, this room right here becomes the most important place in the entire town. It's the direct line for life-saving information. And what that means is your emergency alert system, your EAS. It simply cannot fail. It has to work every single time. There are absolutely no do-overs. So that brings us right to our first major point, the EAS mandate. And let's be clear, this isn't just about a piece of technology. It's about a foundational responsibility that broadcasters have to their communities. It's a public lifeline, and it's mandated by law. So what are we officially talking about here? Well, the Emergency Alert System is a national public warning system, and its main job, its primary mandate, is to make sure the president can talk to the entire nation during a national emergency. It's direct, it's powerful, and it is absolutely essential. Because this is so critical, it puts every broadcast engineer and manager at a major crossroads. You're facing a fundamental choice about your system's architecture. Do you keep it all in-house, on premises, or do you make the leap and move it to the cloud? Let's just quickly break down the basic difference. On-premises is what you probably think of as the traditional way. You've got a dedicated box, a physical piece of hardware sitting right there in your station's server rack. Cloud-based, on the other hand, means you're using virtual systems that are hosted and managed by someone else, a third-party provider, somewhere out there on the internet. Okay, so let's talk about the on-prem world. The biggest pro, you have total physical control over your hardware. It's your box, your rules. And a lot of engineers really, really like that. But, and it's a big but, that control means you're on the hook for everything. The on-site maintenance, the power, the cooling, not to mention that big check you have to write up front, your capital expense, or CapEx. Plus, your system is completely dependent on your local internet connection staying alive. Now let's flip the coin and look at the cloud. It's a whole different ballgame. Here, a third party is managing all the infrastructure. You can access it from anywhere you have an internet connection, which is a huge plus for flexibility. Financially, you shift from that huge upfront cost to a predictable monthly bill. That's your operational expense, or OpEx. So what's the catch? Well, you are now completely reliant on your internet connection and on the uptime guarantees of your cloud provider. But here's where it gets really interesting. This choice isn't static. There's a major technological shift happening right now that is changing the entire landscape for both on-prem and cloud systems. And I'm talking about the move to CAP and APaaS.
Yeah, this shows the evolution perfectly. The old school way was this kind of daisy chain system where you were literally monitoring other radio stations, waiting to hear an alert. The new way, with a Common Alerting Protocol, or CAP, and the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, or IPAWS, it's all IP-based. Alerts come directly to you over the internet, and they're packed with rich data and are way more specific.
And this quote just nails the crucial point. This move to IP-based alerts is fantastic. It means more targeted, more detailed warnings for the public. But it also opens up a whole new can of worms: network security and the absolute critical need for rock-solid internet connectivity. The game has totally changed. Which, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? With all this new technology and all these new challenges, how do you guarantee, absolutely guarantee, that your system will be ready to go at a moment's notice? That leads us right into the non-negotiables. These are the core principles, the absolute must-haves for system reliability. And honestly, it doesn't matter if your EAS is a physical box in a rack or a virtual machine in the cloud. You have to get these right. Think of them as 4 pillars that every reliable EAS has to be built on. First, redundancy. You need failover systems ready to take over instantly. Second, secure backups of all your logs and data. Third is connectivity, and this one is so crucial. We're talking about diverse and resilient network paths. Relying on just one internet provider is a single point of failure. If a backhoe cuts that one fiber line during a storm, you could be completely in the dark. And finally, you have to have 24/7 monitoring to catch problems before they turn into catastrophes. So, you've built a reliable system, you're feeling good, but that's really only half the battle. Your system also has to meet a very strict set of rules. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle: regulatory compliance. This table does a fantastic job comparing how each approach handles compliance. For alert logging, on-prem means you're storing it on a local server. The cloud gives you centralized logs. For security, you're either managing your own firewall or you're relying on your provider's security. And check out system testing. On-prem often means manual, on-site work, whereas cloud systems can let you do automated, remote testing, which can be a massive time saver. So let's bring it all together. What are the key takeaways here? First, EAS is not optional. It's a critical mandated responsibility, period. Second, the core trade-off is control versus flexibility. On-prem gives you that hands-on control, while the cloud offers flexibility. Third, the modernization to CPAN and IPAWS is a game changer for everyone involved. And finally, no matter which path you choose, reliability and compliance have to be your top priorities. And I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. It's really easy to feel confident in the system that's working for you right now. But the real question you have to ask yourself is this: is that system truly ready for the speed, the complexity, and the nature of the emergencies of tomorrow?